computer. Okay, we've got that recording going. Now let's go live over here. Whoops, I think we've got it. Okay, I think we're live on Facebook, and I think Zoom's recording. So, welcome to our Saturday morning coffee chat. Through the end of the year, our team will be hosting 7 a.m. sweat session live workouts for anyone who wants to join us. You do not have to be affiliated with our team. You do not have to be a client of ours. We're just doing a workout space for anyone who doesn't have access to our workouts. I will share my screen and we'll do a live workout together so that you can work out with us. And then at 8 o'clock, we're doing these coffee chats. And the purpose of these is we have such an ambiguous career. And I know that for me, when I first started, I had no idea what coaching was. I feel like it's a widely used term. And so I just wanted to jump on here and share with whoever wants to know a little bit more about this work from home opportunity, what it involves, what it is not, and just open up some time for some questions. For those of you who don't know, I am also a mom of 3 little ones, one of whom I'm feeding currently. So I have no idea what's going to happen. I'm pretty sure my 2-year-old does not have pants on, so there's a possibility that you may see him running around in the background. So that's the benefit, I guess, of live videos. You never know what's going to happen. It's so exciting. Okay, so we are going to dive in. And first, I wanted to start out just by sharing a little bit about my story. So I got started with coaching March 3rd, 2016 is when I officially, I guess, enrolled as a coach, and I had no idea what I had just done. My objective and why I got started was because I, at the time, was a registered nurse in a prison, and I had just had my first son. I had severe back pain through the end of my pregnancy. I was actually put on bed rest for preterm labor complications, and it was miserable, and that did not help my back pain at all. And it got to the point where I could not sit up by myself. My husband, I had to like roll to my side. My husband had to literally put his hand under my back and sit me up because I had no strength and I was in so much pain. When I had him, I thought that after pregnancy that pain would go away, and it didn't. I couldn't hold him for a long period of time. I could not bend over to put him in his crib. And so I went to the doctor. That's when I found out I had a degenerative disc in my low back. Mind you, I was 29 years old at the time. And so, and my personality is, I have a what? Like anything with the word degenerate in it, I was like, no, I don't degenerate. You must be mistaken. I'm only 29 years old. This isn't okay. And when I asked, what can I do to heal this, because my brain again is also very solutions oriented, and they told me, you can't really regenerate a disc. You can do some exercises, but there's no guarantee that pain will go away. And I'm extremely stubborn, which has served me well in my life. And I basically remember walking out of the doctor's office and thinking, watch me. I don't know how, but I'm going to do it. Before I got pregnant, I was a college athlete. I was big into CrossFit. My personality is, I'm the kind of person with workouts that if I'm not sweating profusely and killing myself, then it was a waste of time. And so I didn't know how I was going to do that with now working 40 to 60 hours a week and having a baby, because I didn't have time to go to the gym or to go back to CrossFit or to do the workout classes I'd done previously. So at the time, randomly, literally the next day, I saw this random chick's before and after pictures on Facebook. She was in Boston. I was in California at the time. We had no friends in common. I don't ever remember becoming friends with her on Facebook. She must have friend requested me. And I think I found out it was like 3 years prior. Sister will spit up all over me during this. It's very exciting. And she had just had her first son, and she was in a test group for this home fitness program. I thought home fitness programs were a joke. There's no way that they work. I know how to work out, whatever story I was telling myself. But I thought, you know what? She did this in 22 minutes from home. If she could do it, I could do it. So I reached out to this total stranger, and I was familiar with Beachbody because I had tried Shakeology before, and I had researched it a lot. I had done the Ultimate Reset 21-day cleanse and got crazy, amazing results years prior, and I just never stuck with it. And so I was familiar with the integrity of like products, and that's something that's extremely important to me. So I reached out to her. I said, look, I want to do this program that you're doing. I want the best deal. So I want the challenge pack because I could use the stress support from Shakeology because I have a newborn who doesn't sleep, and I have to wake up super early to go to work. And so, and I want the coach account. I want nothing to do with coaching because you don't understand. I don't have any time with a new baby and working full time in a prison. But I want the discount because duh, who doesn't? So this is what you're going to do for me is basically what I told this total stranger. And so she responded and she was super nice. And she was like, hi, like, nice to meet you. Okay, no problem. We'll get you started. So that's literally was my mindset when I signed up with this coach account, and when I enrolled with Beachbody. I joined the company, or I don't know even know if I knew I was joining a company, to be honest. I just ordered from them because I trusted them, and it made sense in my brain that I could have a nutrition program, a fitness program from home, supplementation that supports my endocrine system, my digestion, nutrient density that's quick on the go. That all fit into what I needed and what my goals were. And I wanted it cheaper. That was the only reason I started with the coach account, because I was like, a no-brainer, right? Who wants to pay full price when you don't have to, because that coach enrollment is free when you get started with the challenge pack. So that was literally why I started 4.5 years ago now. And that decision completely changed the trajectory of my family's future. I didn't know I was going to have 3 kids just my gosh, 4.5 years later. That's insane. But here I am, I'm overlooking this. We live on a lake right now. We were able to move our family to another state that aligned more with our morals and values and what we wanted to do. And financially, I'm able to provide a full-time great income for my family, working part-time hours with my kids. I never, ever knew that was what I wanted. I never knew that was possible. I was like, no way, this is a sales thing. I want nothing to do with that. So now I show up because I want that financial location and time freedom for me and my family. As a nurse, especially working in the environment that I was working in, but I'm pretty sure that any nurse or healthcare provider right now will agree, it's so stressful right now. Financially, you're making usually a decent salary, which is great, but I used to describe myself as a heart whore. Like I was working in a prison, mind you, and so I felt like I was sacrificing my purpose, my soul, my happiness, my heart for money. That's literally what it felt like for me. And I so appreciate healthcare providers in every single branch. We need you. I very much appreciate the sacrifices that you guys make. But I just realized that if I didn't have to live in that toxic environment, I don't want to. I want to have a different kind of life for my family. And then the location freedom, like realizing that if I could work from anywhere that I had internet, and that means I could take a month off and go drive around the United States if I wanted to, but I could still be making an income. Well, yeah, I want that. I want my family to be able to have that. I want to be able to take my boys on a 2-week fishing and hunting trip through Montana and Wyoming, and Idaho if I wanted to. And this provided that for me. And so I just started learning about some of these things that was like, oh, I didn't even think that was possible. I didn't even think that was possible. This could be a vessel to a life that I didn't even fathom possible for my family. And that is why I keep showing up, because I've recognized it. I've seen other people do it. And if someone else has done what you have a desire to do, it's possible. You just have to figure it out. We have officially, because of this business, paid off all of our loans. I came into this with over $30,000 in student debt and student loans for my nursing job that I paid $100,000 for. And we have completely paid that all off, paid off our car loans, paid off our credit cards, paid off all of our debt. I show up now because I want to build a legacy for my kids. Excuse me. I want to show them that they really can do anything they put their mind to if they're willing to figure it out and work hard consistently and get their mind in the right headspace. And I also fall in love with the community. I don't know about you guys, but it's really hard right now in this day and age to find growth friends, to find people who are like-minded in their desire to live a positive, healthy, happy life, and who are not cutthroat and competitive and backstabby and gossipy, right? I mean, I don't know about you guys, but I found in my experience on this planet that's kind of hard to find, especially in, I'm going to be honest, women. I have never been friends with a lot of girls my whole life. I was a tomboy and I was in sports, and I'm like, dudes are way less complicated and more genuine usually. And if they don't like you, they'll say it. And I would so much rather that than like the pettiness behind the back stuff. I don't have time for that. And so the community that we have, not just in our team, which I adore, the people that I have met and built friendships with, honestly, they are my closest friends in my life. But also within the Beachbody community. And you're talking about a solid tens of thousands group of people. Not all of them are in it for the right reasons, I'll be totally honest with you. But again, some of my best friends, the people that I look up to and my role models are from this network, because it attracts people who have a true passion to live their best life and who have a true passion to empower others to do the same. And I think that we're all different backgrounds, all different family dynamics, all different everything. But that, I think, is the underlying thing that we all have in common. We are on a mission to live our best lives in the midst of the chaos of the world, and we have a deep-rooted passion to empower other people to do the same. In the beginning, you may not know what that looks like, but we have this passion that drives us to keep showing up. And when you have a group of people like that, it is so freaking awesome, especially in today's world when we all are struggling, right? We're all just the toxicity of social media and all of that. It's such a blessing. So I show up for them as well. And like I mentioned, I show up to uncover the best version of myself, because when I was younger, very, very brief, like Cliff Notes version, but I was hit by a drunk driver when I was 11, and I shouldn't have lived. And through really diving into my own mindset and what's important to me, I realized that is what drives me to show up. There's kind of three factors. There's that fear, in a sense, that any day my life could be over, because it almost happened. And we see that happen. I know all of us can relate to that. People in our lives that they were here today and they're not here tomorrow. Or, all of us know someone who's being affected by cancer, or a lifestyle, like a degenerative disease of some kind that it like strips your life away in seconds. And so that drives me to be the best version of myself now, because I don't know what holds tomorrow. I don't know what's next week or next year. I'm not going to wait and say next year in January, then I'll start taking care of myself because it's a new fresh start. I'm going to do it today. I'm going to do it now because I'm so grateful. And that's the second thing that really drives me, is I have such an immense gratitude for the fact that my life was spared, and that I am still here, and that I have the opportunity to have breath in my lungs. And I don't take any day for granted. At least I try not to take any day for granted. I really want to uncover the best version of who God created me to be. And in order to do that, I have to take care of myself, body, mind, and soul, period. I have to invest in myself. I have to prioritize my self-care in all those areas. And in doing so, I'm a better mom. I'm a better wife. I'm a better business owner. I'm a better friend. I'm a better daughter. I'm a better sister. I am better for my circle when I prioritize myself. So what a better way to do that than making your job taking care of yourself, right? How many people have the excuse of, I can't take care of myself because of my job. I can't take care of myself because of my kids. I can't, insert whatever that is for you, and then flip it on its head and say, I have to take care of myself because that's my job. I have to take care of myself because of my kids, because of my marriage, because of my passion, because of whatever it is. And it is so cool that in doing that, I can help be that example and inspiration for other people to do the same. And then as far as like business goals and why I show up, my personality, very driven. I love a good competition. I love good like goals, the World Series. Like if you like when I was little, it took me a year to figure out how to walk again after my motorcycle accident. And I was like, you know what? Sitting in that wheelchair, I had ambitions of going to the Olympics in softball. That was my sport that like I loved, and that drove me to go through to become a college athlete and figure out how to pitch again and learn how to walk again, even though I had to have 5 surgeries on my leg and I had so much metal holding it together. That was my driving factor. And so in this business, there is like the very top of our company is called 15-star team. And I'm like, why not? And when we get there, why don't we have a team trip to Hawaii? Like, why not? Like, why not shoot for the stars? And that's something that we've talked about on our team, and everyone has to make their own personal goals. You do not have to do that yourself, but you get to be a part of that. You get to be a part of that ambition where we all are encouraging each other to grow and be the best version of ourselves. And the cool thing about success in this kind of business is that your financial success means that you are impacting other people's lives. And if you're not making any money, it means that you're not helping anyone. And once I realized that, because I, like anyone, a lot of people say, I'm not a salesperson and I just want to help people. But in this business, helping people means financially becoming more secure and successful. And I love that the two are correlated. It's so freaking cool. Okay, so what does a coach do? There's 4 vital behaviors of a successful coach. Now, let me tell you, you could be super busy and you could work a lot of hours and do none of these 4 things and not be successful. And I've seen people do that. And then you become frustrated and then you're like, oh, this isn't for me. Well, you're not doing the things that we call income producing activities. If you're not doing those things to increase your impact and your income, it's not going to work. So it's very simple. 4 things. Number 1, you have to show up for yourself. So if you're struggling with accountability, maybe you're not showing up for your own health and wellness journey, that's an essential part of being successful in this business. You have to show up for yourself. You have to do the workouts. You have to follow the nutrition plan. You have to try the Shakeology at least for 90 days, and then your mind's going to be blown. You're never going to not want to drink it ever again. You try the things. You drink the water. You do the mindset growth. And those things are going to naturally cause an excitement in your heart because you're going to start feeling better because it works. That's not opinion. Like, it's a fact. It works when you do it. So it's going to be like overflowing, and you're going to want to tell everyone. And that leads to the second part, which is to connect, invite, and follow up with people. And this is something that I hear a lot of hesitation about. I'm a very private person. I'm not on social media, and I don't like to be on there, and I don't like to like send cold invites. Do I have to do that? Here's the thing, you guys, this is this essence of number 2. You have to want to make friends with people. So if you're someone that's like, I don't like people and I want nothing to do with them, this isn't going to be for you. You have to make friends with people. You have to connect with them. Be genuine about, hey, how are you? What's going on? How are you doing with all the stress of the election? How are you doing with distance learning? How are you doing with all these different things you're juggling? Oh, you're stressed out? Oh, you've gained 50 pounds and you feel horrible and bad about yourself? Let me help you. That is connecting. That is inviting. Let me tell you, like, I am putting together this accountability group for women where we can support each other to being healthy and strong. Do you want to do it with me? That's an invite. And then guess what? People are busy. How many of you with kids, you've checked a message? See? How many of you with kids have checked a message on your phone and your kid like tackles you and then you forget about it? You're going to invite people. Liam. Can you guys still hear me okay? Sorry. You're going to send an invite to people and they're not going to respond a lot of the time. So if you cared about that person, would you just be like, oh, screw you then? If you don't want to respond to my message, that's on you. I'm not talking to you ever again. No, of course not. Leanne. Come here, please. If you really care about someone, what do? You follow up with them. And you're like, hey, Gwenda, I just wanted to check in. We're going to start here soon. And I know you'd really love this. I just wanted to follow up. I know life gets busy. That's a follow up. Like, we get so in our head about that stuff. That is work. Taking care of yourself, making friends, that is work. Number 3 is we get people results. And this is where the accountability factor comes in. You do not have to this is why you don't have to have a background in health and fitness in order to be a good coach. You have to just care. So we have world-class trainers that have put together the fitness programs. You don't have to be a trainer to do it. I mean, you can be, and that's incredible to add to your business resume of what you offer your clients. But you don't have to be. You don't have to be a nutritionist, because we have nutritionists and dietitians that have put together the nutrition programs. All you are is that accountability person and the advocate, where you are matching people. You ask them questions like, what are your biggest barriers to being successful? What are your goals? Okay, so you want to lose 50 pounds. You have 5 children at home, and they're all distance learning. So your biggest barrier to being successful is time, motivation, and belief in yourself. Okay, great. So based on your goals, your barriers to being successful, this is my recommendation for you. And you show them the tools that you have as a coach. When you become a Beachbody coach, you have a plethora of tools to match, to help people get the results they want based on what the problems and the goals that they have. Then you add them to our team's accountability group, and eventually you're going to set up your own. And that is how we get people results. We provide accountability. We help explain the tools that we're offering them, and there will be a period of learning of what those are, just like with any job, right? There's a learning curve, there's a learning process, but that's how we get people results. Again, like I said, it's not an opinion on if this approach works. It is proven if they do it. So that's really exciting. And then the 4th and probably most life-changing element is we do personal development. I'll be the first to tell you, when I heard that, I was like, I haven't been developed enough in my lifetime. I've been through a lot as a kid, and my personality is very developed. And then I read my first book. I'm not a good reader. I listen to audiobooks, and I was listening to books on my commute to work, because I had a 25-minute commute each way. Liam, come here, please, bud. And I was listening to it, and I was like, oh my gosh, I so needed this. Like, wow, I didn't realize how many self-imposed barriers and limitations that I had, that I was, and yeah, the walls that I had up, I guess. Oh, bud, you have no diaper on. Go get some pants on. Go get some pants on, and then you can come sit with me. I told you, no pants, Liam will be around. Okay, do you want to sit with me? You have to stop crying, okay? Wrap this around you. Here. You want to sit with me? You don't want to sit with me? You want to go watch your cartoons? Okay, well, so this is the benefit, oh gosh, of working from home, right? And some of you are like, that's not a benefit. Okay, but you have to stop crying, okay? Can you say hi to my friends? Do you want to wear my headphones? Do you want to wear my headphones? Okay, hold with me for 1 second. So this is Madison and Liam. Okay, so personal development. What's the matter? Okay, we're moving on. Personal development, essentially, it's all it is being okay with growing your mindset. If you're okay with growing your mindset, your mind is what stops you or motivates you to grow as a person. Listen, you can't sit here if you're going to cry. Do you understand? So that's what we do. Okay, so how do we earn income? Can be more complicated, but I'm going to keep it very simple. Yes, we do earn a commission. It's 25 to 40% commission on health and fitness products that your people purchase. Now, don't get in your head about this. Okay, go watch Daniel Tiger, bud. Don't get in your head about this. People are already spending this money. They're already buying supplements. They're already buying gym memberships. A lot of them are buying, like paying for nutritionists or buying meal plans or whatever. You have everything in one place. You're packaging it and making it way more convenient for your people, which is awesome. So when I first started, it was $160. And now when I break down my income per hour, I make roughly between $50 and $70 an hour working part-time from home. And I put this in here just for realistic purposes, so people know like what's possible. My 2019 income was just over 65,000, and that was in my third year. Now I have to say, Beachbody does not guarantee any level of success or income from the Team Beachbody coach opportunity. Each coach's income depends on his or her own efforts, obviously, diligence and skill. And then you can see the statement of independent coach earnings if you want to online. But this is what I was able to build working part-time hours. So as a coach, I worked full-time as a nurse for my first 2 years of coaching, always with a kid at home, at least one. And then in 2019, we had a lot happening as well. And I worked part-time hours from home with the kiddos. And we are projected to, in 2020, probably increase this by 10,000. So I'm just sharing honestly where I'm at. This is not everyone's journey or path, but it is important to learn how to build this business right. And that is where the second piece of our income, our compensation plan comes in. If this was just sales, that means that if you were to stop working, stop talking to people, no one bought anything from you, you would earn zero, right? But this is not just sales. There are more self-made millionaires in network marketing than any other industry out there. There's something to be said about that. Most people just don't give it a chance because they don't understand it. So this is where building a successful team comes in. And some people think that this is selfish. Like they get this like weird, icky, like, oh, you just are trying to make money off of my effort. That's not how this works. You cannot be a selfish person and be successful in this because a lot of your success relies on you. You want this?
I just don't.
What? You want more? Here. Okay, that's fine. It relies on you pouring into people and helping them be successful. It's like, and my coaches here that I get to work with will share that with you. I have such a deep-rooted passion for helping other people find financial success and health success in this business. So I pour into them to help them be successful and help them reach their goals. And that builds volume in our organization, and that's residual income. So now if I have a baby and move across the state, which I just did, or across the country, and I have to take a step back and maybe I only get 4 new clients that month, I still am making a very significant amount of money because of what I poured into the team. And that's incredible. This compensation plan, specifically with Beachbody, has higher back-end income opportunity, meaning that it's set up, if you build it right, to make you more money in the long term and you work less. And I know that because that is how my mentor set it up, and it's how her mentor set it up, who makes 7 figures a year and is one of the top earning coaches in our organization. And so I learned how to do this right, and that's a benefit of joining our team, either with me or the coach who invited you to this, that you're going to learn how to build your business correctly in the right way. There are 5 to 10% matching bonuses if you help your people be successful, and there's quarterly bonuses once you reach a certain rank in your business or promotional level. Then those range from $800 to $75,000 a quarter. So the income potential is insane. It is limitless, which is awesome if you're a hard worker. Here's some of our real life team transformations, and each of these are friends of mine, and they have done this all with our programs. So when you're passionate about something and it works, it naturally, if you can learn how to monetize your own health and fitness and monetize your own passion to help other people, like it's the dream. In my opinion, it's the dream. That's what I tried to do for so long. That's why I went to nursing. because I had a passion to help other people. That's why I became a certified holistic health coach, because I wanted the entrepreneurial and the freedom side, but I made nothing as a health coach on my own. And now I am set up to work from anywhere and help anyone, and I have everything packaged for my clients. So time commitment. This can be whatever you make it. If you spend a focused 30 to 60 minutes a day, 5 days a week on this, this is called our Success Club Tracker. It's something you get as a coach, which will tell you exactly what to do to be successful. Then you can absolutely do this. You can also spend 10 hours a day and not grow. And that's kind of what I was telling you about before. You can spend a ton of time on graphics, on things that are not going to make you money, or you can be very focused. Like I told you guys, I was working 40 to 60 hours a week for the first 2 years of my business. And I was working in a prison where you don't have like your phone, you don't have internet, you can't multitask. And so I would wake up at 4, do my workout, nurse my baby, do a post, go to work on my lunch break, go out to my car, like send some messages, go back into work. I would leave work at the end of the day, do a post from my vehicle before I left. I would drive home listening to my audiobook, and I'd tell my husband, okay, I need like 30 minutes or 60 minutes to respond to some messages or send out some invites. And then I'd have the evening with my family. And it's just about how focused you are. How to get started. So we have what's called a challenge pack that includes everything for your own fitness journey. And here's the cool part. Most people spend $300,000 to $500,000 starting a brick and mortar business, like a very successful one. Your investment is only what you're going to use for your own health and fitness journey. That is it. $160 is our base level kit that will get you a full year access to virtual workouts, lifetime access to our 2 premium nutrition programs that are full of recipes, meal plans, shopping lists, and your first month supply of Shakeology, which is a very, very powerful wellness formula. It has ingredients and superfoods and herbs in it that are designed to support your digestive system, your endocrine system, hormones, stress support, your energy levels, antioxidants, super greens. It's packed, and it does have, let me make sure that you know this, only 20% of it is protein, and it's a clean protein blend. A lot of people think it's a protein powder. It's only 1/5 of what is in the bag. Like, it is so powerful. It's worth $400 in supplements a month, and you're getting all of this for $160, but this month it's actually on sale for cheaper. Now, there are upgraded options if you want to try like the pre-workout and the BCA muscle recover formula. I think that's $200 this month, which is, again, nothing. With your enrollment, you're going to get a coach membership, which is going to include your business website, team training, coach mentorship, weekly team calls. You have one-on-one mentorship calls, and then we have quarterly and yearly events. Actually, today we have a huge event that Beachbody is putting on for us. Now, I wanted to tell you something unique to this month. We are in No Excuse November, and this is the cool part. Beachbody has discounted all challenge packs and completion packs. If some of you already have Beachbody On Demand, an extra $20 off. And it's not only amazing for you to get started, but as a coach, this is the best month of the entire year, because your chances of being successful are significantly higher because everything is discounted. And as a new coach, you get $10 off promo codes that you get to give people on top of this $20 off. So talk about the best time of the year to get started is right now, because what are people doing in November? Thinking about Black Friday and Christmas shopping, right? And so they're willing to spend money. They're in a better mindset. And maybe you're someone that you're like, I'm not ready to dive in, but this sounds kind of cool. I want the discount. I want to tell you about our Fit Friend bonus. It's so simple. If you have a coach account, you refer a few friends to join the groups that we have put together, where you're not even doing any coaching yet. You're just referring them, and you get right around $50 just for that referral. That's amazing, right? If what they purchase is discounted, then it might be slightly under that, but usually it's a minimum of $50. It could be more per person, just for inviting your friend to do it with you and be a part of our groups with you, which is amazing. Lastly, I just wanted to tell you, if you're thinking about this, we do have a new coach training that's happening this Tuesday. We have a new coach checklist that we'll send you depending on how fast or slow you want to see success. This is up to you. It is your business. I am not your boss. Whoever you sign up with, they are not your boss. We are your mentor and your friend and your support to help you be as successful as you want to be. Okay, so that's all I have for my presentation. But I did want to ask we've got a few coaches on here. And I wanted to see, Jane, would you mind sharing really quickly what your kind of doubts were before you started and what your experience has been so far?
Sure. So I jumped in with Jessica last end of January, beginning of February, and I literally signed up for a coach account for the discount because I'm all about a good discount. And I remember specifically telling her, nope, not going to coach, don't want anything to do with it, like just the discount. Basically, that's it. I am a hot mess and I need something to help me. So what happened was me just talking to my mom and my best friend, and they were both like, we'll do it with you. And I was like, okay. So I messaged my upline, my mentor, Jessica, and I'm like, hey, these people want to sign up. I'll send them your way. And she was like, no, like, let's sign them up under you. And I was like, no, network marketing, I've done it before. It was not my get down. I loved the product that I tried to sell through network marketing before, and I still use them, but I just had such a hard time with network marketing. So I told her, like, no, let's not do that. And she was like, hey, we'll get you some commission. It'll be great. Like, and then they're part of your team. And that's kind of like the rest is kind of history there. And then I just started sharing. And if I back up, I am anti-social media, have been for years, removed myself from it because it was very toxic. And I was not going to do anything on social media or share any bit of my story. And then I realized I have something that can help other people. 30 days in, I was feeling the results of Shakeology specifically, because we can find exercise, but to have all of it combined in one place and the ability for me to press play at any time. If it's that I get off work after 10.5 hours, I can still press play. If I wake up in the morning, I can still press play at home. I don't have to find childcare to get to exercise. But honestly, the Shakeology is what made it so that I could show up for my exercise. So then I was like, well, everybody needs this. And that was me just putting it out there. So I just started sharing. And there were months where I did hesitate and didn't think that I could do it. And that was really just my self-doubt. And then when I stepped away from the personal development and growth mindset, I went into this with zero confidence, zero self-confidence, something I've struggled with my whole life. And that was the other addition in February, was personal development. And that really, the months that I have struggled have been the months that I've pulled away from self-growth. And then the joy gets stolen, right? Because then I'm pushing for a business, not actually out there trying to help other people do what I'm doing, because I was in a great place. So those are a few of the things in the beginning months, and even I would say a couple months in the last 9 months, I've gotten back to that place. But the community that is surrounding me, they're not going to let me stay in that. So that's my, is that good? Is there anything?
That was amazing. Thank you so much for sharing. I absolutely love your story. It's so cool to see the inside out transformation. Britton, you want to say a few words just kind of about maybe your hesitations before you started and where you're at now and what your experience has been like?
Yeah, so I had actually started with Beachbody almost 4 years ago, where I've been off and on, got a challenge pack, got Shakeology, would do some workouts here and there, would, try the shake here and there, but never had the consistency, that I have now. And kind of what changed between now and then was I had 2 pregnancies. Both were, I had postpartum depression. The second was a little more intense. The hormone imbalance continued, and to the point that I needed to have medication to support my body while I was healing and figuring out. Well, we all know with the medical system, we're usually about symptoms and not about foundation and what's going on. And so I kind of made this kind of dedication to myself that I need to find something that's a little more natural, something that I can support myself with. 1 second, buddy, what's going on? Okay, we're gonna do the hoot game after I'm done talking, okay? Please go play or watch the movie, please, okay? This is so like typical, Jess, isn't it? It's like they know we're talking about something important and we're trying to be completely legit right now. This is legit, guys. This is legit. This is coaching at its finest, finding the balance. But needless to say, when I hooked up with Jess a couple months back, I decided I wanted to have a more holistic way to manage my mood. I wanted to try to fix my body, to heal my body. And the best way, people say to do it is consistent health and exercise. And so with that being said, I started on, he's just a showstopper. I started with working out consistently, joining the team, and that's the difference. The accountability piece is huge. Showing up daily for people is huge. That was the complete difference, because we could go and piecemeal a diet and exercise program and feel like, oh, it's all about the willpower, but it really is about the people you show up for every day. It's these people that you show up for every day, and it's also the growth friends that you meet along the way. And so for me, that was the difference. And so I work as a behavior analyst. I'll continue to be working, but in the meantime, I really love connecting with people, and I loved inviting people because doing it together is so much more fun. How about you go do that somewhere else? Okay, go on. Okay, thank you, buddy. So for me, that was a huge piece, is connecting, and then also feeling like I can connect with others, and that they might share my similar story, or they might be somewhere different, but we all can relate to the fact that we're trying to figure it out. We're trying to find something that works for us. We're trying to find more of that energy and more of that balance in our lives, and more of that energy to thrive in the things that we actually love. This is a platform to jump off of. It's not a platform just to stay at. And so for me, like, that coaching has been huge, and just wanting to inspire others around me and connect with people and not feel isolated anymore in the things that, we've been doing. Clearly what I was doing wasn't working. And so I feel like that's a big difference. And, I just want to invite people. I want people to join me. There's so much sadness in this world. There's so much stress in this world, especially this week, more than anything. It's just such a good reminder that we need to reach out and connect with people and support them like we're being supported in this group.
Absolutely. I love that so much. I love it so much. It's so cool because I vividly remember in my brain all three of you, and when you had first reached out to me, and I had this too, like, we almost anticipate, and I see this a lot of women, we anticipate it not working. But there's like a sliver of, but what if it will, and I think that comes from fad diets. That comes from, I've done this in the past and it didn't work. I don't think this will, and there's like but maybe it will. So it's been so amazing too. Like, Britton, your before and after from your first round of your 21-day program from MBF is just insane. So exciting. Thank you for sharing. Okay, and lastly, I really do want you guys to hear from Felisa. So Felisa, I love her story as well, because she comes from a fitness background and is a personal trainer, and that is another huge hesitation that I hear very commonly from people who have a background in health and fitness, and they're like, Beachbody, really? That was me. I thought I was better than Beachbody, to be 100% honest with you guys. So, Felisa, I would love for you to share with us, just really quickly, kind of your experience and what your doubts, hesitations, fears were in the beginning, especially as a fitness professional, and kind of what you've experienced and what you've learned since really diving in.
Yeah, so my story is just a little bit different. I am not that person that goes, should I? I jump in. Anyone who knows me really well will tell you that when I see something, I see potential, okay, let's do this. If she can do it, I can do it. I know I can. I've always had that in the back of my head. I've always known deep inside of me that I was meant to do more with my life. I just couldn't figure out what that meant. I knew I was meant to help people. I didn't know how. I joined Beachbody a very long time ago. I have done other network marketing companies like Jamie and multiple, so many. And, Beachbody is the only one that I've stuck with, even when I wasn't truly coaching, even when I was not focused on my own journey. I didn't let it go. I continued with it and just kept it. And I think because I knew deep inside it was what I was meant to do, I just wasn't ready. And so I did a lot of different things like Jessica. I had 3 kids. My 3rd child put me in a tailspin of depression, and I gained all the weight and it was like, oh God, what do I do now? And I started and stopped Beachbody programs multiple times after my 3rd pregnancy. I would last maybe 2 weeks. And here's where I want to kind of encourage anyone who has either already done Beachbody and it didn't work for them, or started a program and stopped. Keep starting. Don't ever quit that start, because I did it so many times and finally looked at myself in the mirror and I was depressed. I had anxiety and I was like, oh my gosh, I've got to do something. And as Jess said, I used to work in the fitness industry, and I was actually bigger than I am now in the fitness industry. I would have to get up way early in the morning, be there way late at night. I couldn't take care of my own body while being in the fitness industry. And while I was there, I saw a lot of things. I saw a lot of people who needed help who couldn't afford it. And what I mean by that is that personal training sessions are astronomical in price, and not to say they're not worth it. They are, but not everybody can afford that. You have places like Orange Theory, and again, the memberships are deep into the pocket. And so I saw this, and I also saw them not being able to get their nutrition with it, not being able to get the accountability with it. And I was so just sad for some of these people, because I would sign them up, they knew they needed it, and then they would come back in and cancel because financially they just couldn't do it. They struggled. And so once I decided that I was ready to have my own journey, and I was ready to finally commit, because that's what's truly important, is you have to be ready to commit to your own journey, whether you coach or you don't coach. When you decide that you have finally had enough and that you deserve better, that is when it clicks. So I lost almost 50 pounds solely on Beachbody programs. And as Jess said, I was a certified personal trainer. I was lazy. I didn't want to put my own programs together. And these freaking programs are way better than even I could put together. I couldn't do it. There's no way I could be putting a program together like Autumn does, or like Megan does, or Joel, or any of them. And so I knew, I could see it. I could see that from point A to point B was going to get me somewhere, and it was somewhere I wanted to be. And so once I actually had my own journey, I started realizing that I could do the things I knew I could the whole time. And I was like, you know what? People are asking me what I'm doing. People are, seeing me show up. What if I tried this coaching thing again? What if I actually did it? And I don't mean, that I invited 20,000 people. I mean, what if I showed up every day? What if I invited those people that my heart goes out to? What if I followed up with those people who are sitting there waiting for me to ask them that one more time, that 3rd time, that 5th time, because they know they need it, but they're scared. They're scared of failing. They are afraid of investing in one more thing that's not going to work. And Jess, I met her at a super weekend I think it was a super weekend. I can't remember. She was talking about Shakeology. And I will tell you, Shakeology is, and I don't buy into products a lot. A lot of times people will connect to me and they'll go, hey, try this product, it's amazing. And I'll go, okay, it better be, because if not, it won't work on me. Because I always go into products with doubt. I'm like, yeah, whatever. Okay, it's not gonna work. And so I can tell you that two of my favorite products. I mean, our pre-workout is amazing and you feel that right away. So if you don't know that that works, then you're just kind of out of your mind. But our Shakeology and our Recover, like I can tell you that when I would stop, because I stopped, years would just stop and not do anything with Shakeology. And I would notice it when I was taking it regularly every day. And then for like a few days, I didn't take it. I was like, gosh, why am I really wanting that candy? Why am I wanting those potato chips? And I was like, oh shoot, I haven't had my Shakeology in like 3 friggin' days. No wonder. And I am out of my Recover and I am dying right now because the program I am doing, my muscles are all sore and I'm exhausted, and it's because I don't have my Recover, and it's not like, you know, repairing my muscles as quickly. So it's my body is slowing that recovery time down because I'm missing that. These products truly work. And that's what sold me on this company, was I really, as a fitness person, as somebody who's had that in their life in so many different ways, I saw that the company not only is, yes, they're a huge company, but they truly will not put out a product that they have not tested fully and that is not of the highest grade and the highest quality. I wanted that company. I wanted that company that truly cared about the obesity pandemic that we have. They talk about pandemic. We have a ridiculous obesity problem. I was just talking to my husband last night. I know I'm going on and on, but I have my before and after pictures. I'm overweight in my before pictures. And do you know how many times I've had people tell me, oh no, you weren't. Your idea of what obese is off. You don't know what obese is. You don't know what overweight is anymore, because we have gotten into this acceptance of being overweight and obese. And I am not trying to say that I don't get how we get there, because I was there, right? And I could have just kept on going. But for your health, you have to do something. So I just think that for me, seeing the value of that $160 compared to what you get the accountability, you get this amazing product that fuels your body and helps you with energy and digestion and antioxidants. You get a team of people who are willing to cheer you on and check on you when you don't show up. And when you have that bad day, they're like, okay, I know it's rough, but you know what? Get up and do it anyway. You're going to feel better after. You don't get that anywhere else. Even if having a personal trainer, I can tell you that personal trainer is only going to check on you when you don't show up to your appointment. That's it, legitimately, right? And so, and they're not going to, and they cannot and should not give you nutrition advice. And I won't either. I can tell you what I do that works for me. And it's what our programs offer, right? Balanced, clean eating. I'm, a very macro-based person. So I don't believe in any of those fad diets out there. I believe your body needs a little bit of it all. And even the treats, right? So anyways, for me, it was a lifesaver. Being on this team has been a lifesaver. Being connected to a community of positive people who want more for their lives and who sees the benefit of being healthy, not just for themselves, but for their family. I would never go back and change it for the world.
I love it. Thank you so much, Felisa, for sharing such a powerful story. And there's so much depth to your story too. For those of you who don't know, Felisa was in the military. She was in the Air Force and was a police officer. So thank you for your service and all the things that you do, Felisa, to keep us all healthy. All right, you guys, thank you so much for tuning in. I hope that this was helpful. If you have any questions, please reach out to the person that you know on the screen. We have really an incredible team, or if someone else on our team sent you this recording, please reach out to them. We're all about supporting each other. We would love to have you on board, and we're here if you have any questions. All right, you guys, have a great day. Now if I can figure out how to stop all of these recordings. Let's see. We got one, and